Shut up for once, will you?
What's your problem?
I'm sick of Finn bragging about all the girls he's fucked.
And what diacrime are you here for?
Fucking potatoes.
Potatoes? You fuck potatoes?
What? No!
Oh man, that was some terrible lightsaber training. Hey everyone, and this isn't a real lightsaber, this is my umbrella. But as you can see, I am already pumped for the new Star Wars movie that was just released today. And I'm sorry I haven't made any reaction videos to any of the latest trailers that was out. Actually, I did, but I decided to scrap the video because, well, nobody really wants to see me talk about the new Independence Day movie. I can't believe they're making a second one. But unfortunately, this won't be a Star Wars review considering that the movie is currently sold out where I live. So, I decided to do a review on something a little bit different. Games of Thrones! Telltale Games retelling of the Games of Thrones lore, just from a different perspective with a different house, is simply fantastic. It feels like a match made in heaven. A game company that's so built on making narrative games such as The Walking Dead or The Wolf Among Us, and of course the Borderlands game that just features all about story and how it presents its world, comes back once again with Games of Thrones. And my god, guys, I have to say, I know this is a review is a little bit out of nowhere, but this is great. This is the first Telltale Games game I have played to completion. I'm not really too big on the episodic episodes thing, you know. We have to deal with that with TV series as well. We also have to deal with that, you know, if you were into mobile games at the time. They're a little bit better now in terms of different parts coming out, but I was never really into the whole episodic, you have to wait a month later for that sort of thing, blah blah blah. You know, it's a video game, it's not a TV show. But with Telltale Games, I can excuse this a lot due to its fantastic writing. Now, you're gonna have to excuse me because there's not gonna be a gameplay portion of this video, so this video might be about 15 minutes long, maybe, if anything. It's not gonna be too long because I'm not gonna ramble on for too much, and I'll just throw in clips here or there. But trust me when I say that if I show any real actual gameplay for this, like I normally do with the other Is It Worth It videos, it'll be a major spoiler considering that episode 6 just came out recently. And well, I gotta say guys, after playing through all the episodes and having this game on disc and whatnot, whether you buy digitally or on disc, it is definitely worth it for any Games of Thrones fan. Or even if you're not a fan of Games of Thrones and you just want to get into it, as I actually bet my friend, well, dared him to actually play the first episode of this. And he was really intrigued to the point where he wanted to buy more episodes. And this is coming from a guy who didn't know anything about Games of Thrones. Now I'm a little bit different. I've read the novels, parts of the novels. I watched the TV show extensively. I haven't missed a single episode. I know all about the actors and blah blah blah. I know about the lore of Games of Thrones. So I would say this much: if you're more into the book, the novels for Games of Thrones, you might be slightly, I wouldn't say disappointed. I mean, this game follows the narrative from the TV show mostly. So a lot of the changes that they made from the books, is still kept here due to the fact that it follows the TV show. But due to the TV show's popularity, it's more than likely that anybody who's playing this game will be familiar with the TV show storyline and its characters, as well as some very great voice acting from the original cast from the TV show, which is, you know, not overstating anything because all the voice acting are above par in this. Like just around the bar, everyone in here does really good voice acting, and this is something that has crossed over from games like The Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us, which has really great voice acting. I was really happy that I brought this for its 20 bucks, and it's not that expensive. It's not that expensive. So let me talk about a little bit about the story. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with Games of Thrones is all about making hard choices and decisions. Even decisions that seem to be the right one will come to stab you in the back due to somebody else's hard decision. Games of Thrones is all about the gray areas, and it seems as though Telltale Games nailed this in their first season 1 installment of this video game. I would love to see a season 2. They said that there are rumors that they're making a season 2 after they make a Walking Dead season 3. Now, like I said, this is my first Telltale's game, so I didn't play The Walking Dead. I did play The Wolf Among Us, but I didn't play it until after I played this. And though I got The Wolf Among Us, but it's downstairs. So I'm really starting to get into their games a bit. So I definitely want to get the Back to the Future one, both seasons of The Walking Dead, and I don't know whether I'm gonna go anywhere from there. So I would just start going by episodes eventually. But definitely waiting for them to come out with all the episodes so you can just grab the whole entire collection has been very worth it for me so far. And it has been a fantastic experience to have played this game to the point where I wanted to make a review about it. Even though it is a little bit late, you know, episode 6 came out about, I think, a month ago, so. But it has been very enjoyable. All the way up to the last episode, and I can't wait to see what they pull out in season 2. So let me go back to what I was actually saying a moment ago. You are part of House Forrester, a very loyal house to the House Starks, and this is after season 3 of the Red Wedding. And those of you who know Games of Thrones, you know exactly what the Red Wedding is about. Yeah, remember those reaction videos?
No fucking way! No, 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 no! What? What the fuck is
Whew, that was a crazy time. Anyway, after the whole Red Wedding fiasco and the betrayal by Walter Frey, you take control of a character named Garrett Tuttle, who is the squire of the leader of the Lord of House Forrester. And then subsequently there you start playing different characters from House of Forrester, 3 in total, or 4 in total, considering that one of the brothers was banished and his story starts overseas. So once again, you have choices as in any other Telltale games of what to say, what you will consider right and wrong. The game will tell you what people will remember about you, whether you was very polite or whether you was very rude. And in some cases, it just didn't matter. Unlike The Wolf Among Us, would have felt like what I did, or even with The Walking Dead, where it felt like what I did to have a big impact, especially on the next game, and characters, didn't feel like it had much here. It felt like, I mean, it was still there. It was still there. Like, certain characters can die off that possibly wouldn't have died if you didn't interfere, or if you did interfere. That's all very nice and dandy, but these are mostly background characters or side characters that will be prominent in one chapter. Then you won't see them for 2 chapters, and then they'll show up in chapter 4, and then they'll probably die off anyway. It's as if Telltale Games had this like really good written story that they wanted to tell from a different perspective of Games of Thrones, and they just really didn't want to get rid of that story to the point where they're like, okay, you can make your decisions, but it might not matter in the long run. And I would say that's probably one of my only pet peeves. So when everything starts to come full circle around episode 6, which is the last episode in here, I think there's 6. Yeah, there are 6 episodes. So when everything comes full circle to episode 6, you're just like, okay, I kind of saw this coming. And it kind of seemed like it was unavoidable, especially if you want to do the right thing. And it's so hard to do the right thing in Games of Thrones. And if you know the story from the original syndication of the TV show, then you would know some decisions that will end up being not necessarily in your favor because this character might get killed off later on or incarcerated or something like that. Not giving anything away for people that don't watch Games of Thrones. But it's so welcome to be a part of this world and a part of this lore. And even though that little thing was disappointing, it wasn't enough to take away from the entire experience, which was just fascinating. I love interacting with these characters and the main characters from the TV show. It didn't feel like they was just thrown in there for a cameo. No, they are actually in there. They are part of the story, and you actually like working with these people. Peter Dinklage, Tyrion, Cersei, Lena Headey. It's just Natalia Dormer, Marjorie. You know, they're all part of this. Daenerys, Jon Snow, Kit Harington, you know, all of them, Emilia Clarke, they're all part of this, and they feel like it's necessary for them to be there, and like they're not just shoved in there, and they don't phone it in. They take this really seriously, and it works. It works. It pays off. This is the most energy I've seen Peter Dinklage put in a video game ever. Yeah, not Destiny. You know, just excusing Destiny for here there. So it's nice to see that. You know, it's very welcome that they actually got these actors to include them in it, and I hope they do it be in season 2 of the if they decide to make it season 2. It's simply brilliant. The aesthetic for the game, you know, as far as the graphics look, it's very like this sort of water paint deal they got going on. This like water paint shading, which is kind of different from like The Wolf Among Us, which went more with a comic book type of graphics, as well as The Walking Dead, which does similar as it takes from the novels, graphic novels more than anything. With Games of Thrones, since they really wanted to make it like the TV show, they kind of went with this more like watered down base paint, which is really fascinating and I think really works here. And you can say like, oh, some of the animations are a little wonky, but that's just Telltale style. And it's not about that, it's mostly about the narrative. This is one of the games where, you know, there's no multiplayer, there's no type of big interaction like that. This is sitting down and watching basically a different version of the TV show, but it's like watching the TV show, and it's really fascinating, and it pulls you in, and it gets you really invested in these characters and their story. And by the time that ending rolls around, you're just like, oh my god, I don't know whether I can wait until the next one. It's so good. Now, like I said, I haven't played The Walking Dead, although I think The Wolf Among Us is a little bit stronger. It feels like I would say I like the Games of Thrones one better, mostly because I'm a Games of Thrones fan, but I would say as far as other Telltale games go, it feels like there's more of a choice in them, whereas Games of Thrones, they have to throw in this very dark story, because Games of Thrones is dark and it's full of betrayals and crosses, and you know, they throw it in, but it feels appropriate, but at the same time it doesn't feel like too many of my decisions will end up saving this person. Somebody has to die, and at the same time, although that feels, you know, a little odd for a Telltale's game, which is all about choice and shaping your own story, that does feel Games of Thrones-ish, and it works. So I like that a lot. Okay, guys, if I say any more about this game, short review, right? If I say any more about this game, it'd be a major spoiler, even showing any more clips or anything like that. So we kept it very simple here. I want to thank you guys for watching, and is it worth it? Yes! Yes! Go pick this up! Go pick this up! Go pick up some other Telltale games, video games. Wolf Among Us, like I said, I played that too. Really good. Possibly better than this, so definitely go pick that up as well. I really enjoy this. This is definitely worth it, whether you're a Games of Thrones fan, whether you just want to get into the show but not fully committed there, or, you know, you like narrative video games, you like story and stuff like that. Me, I'm not a big multiplayer guy, so story is fine with me. If a game just has a single player, that is okay with me. There is one thing that I think that you can't do, and I'm not sure. I might have to double check it, but I don't think you can do this. And it's skip cutscenes. So if you're they are so hung up on telling their story, which I mentioned earlier, that skipping cutscenes I don't think is allowed, and it's mostly because like you can stop the game and you can stand up. I mean, if you don't stop the game and you stand up and you go to the bathroom or you go get a drink of water, you can miss like 3 choices for you to say something back to a particular character that isn't automated. So, and then the character will sometimes get fed up and just say, you know what, fucking kill them. They don't speak, they're very silent. Like, silence can really hurt you, or silence can be your greatest weapon. But besides that, it's very well done. There should be an option to skip cutscenes. There's not. I don't think there is. Maybe there is now. I think there is for like certain action parts. I think there is a chance to skip. But I think as far as dialogue goes, it's not. I might have to double check that and get back to you guys on that, or somebody can check it for me. Either way. It definitely is worth it if you haven't played any Telltale game, or if you really enjoy Games of Thrones, or whether you're just really trying to get into it. Definitely worth it, guys. Go ahead and pick it up. Well, guys, until the next one, hopefully I can be able to come back with some type of Star Wars review. And this is my lightsaber right here. The lightsaber is my umbrella, Well, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, and may the Force be with you. Damn, I'm so mad that movie is sold out, man. I will go see it right now. God damn. Oh shit. Oh man, fuck. I need to take this hat off. This hat's hot.